Right. I'm here backstage at the GPO Viking Classic. Stood with technically a Viking, I think. Josh, I suppose. Josh, introduce yourself, Josh, for those who don't know you.
Josh Law, been competing now for, well, what am I? Started when I was 18 and now 31. So yeah, the last 10, 12 years, across many federations. First time at a GPO show and really impressive. Great backstage atmosphere, on stage, crowd's brilliant. So
Let's out that guest pro. What did you start off with, though? Was it Michael Jackson's?
started off with Michael Jackson. Just a little bit of homage to the king of pop. And yeah, I remember being a youngster, seeing a moonwalk, and I thought, I'd love to do that on stage one day. Not quite the same as Michael Jackson, I'll be honest, but and then yeah, finished with Missy Elliott just to pump the crowd a bit more.
Oh, mate, it sounded awesome. Have you enjoyed it, mate? You're coming down today, you're getting a bit of a guest pose in.
Yeah, it's the first guest posing I've done. So again, thanks to Danny for asking me to come do it. And like I say, great to see the GPO show. Certainly recommend it to anyone to come and give a good crack. Like I say, great atmosphere.
Great atmosphere. I mean, it's a great show, great venue. We've said that. We've said that a lot of times today.
Really good venue.
And great. I mean, I think what stands out is just how many big faces there are from the bodybuilding world here supported as well. Like yourself, Dave Costa, I can mention up there, and
it's what all these days are always about. You get to see everyone in the industry that don't really see all that often, but when you come to here, when you go to like the different expos up and down the country, you get to catch up with the guys you don't get to see all the time. And like I say, just be around like-minded people, I suppose.
This is what we do it for, isn't it? It's an odd sport. It takes a lot of commitment, a lot of time.
Well, there being this colour in Newcastle, I suppose
Not too far.
everyone would just look at you quite normal.
I don't think I've ever felt quite so fucking small on camera. I'm like,
stand a bit closer.
That's it. There we go. Let's try and get it back in with the aspect. Maybe there. No. What are your thoughts to the standard of the athletes you've seen out there today, mate?
Great classes, really good classes. The bodybuilding lads just down there, the winner of the last one, and
there's some good guys in there.
He's going to be the favourite for the overall.
Definitely.
But mate, it's like I say, just good to see people here with a passion for it, competing for the sake of competing, not for other reasons as to why people do it. You know, it's
just for the love of the sport.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, getting up there and doing it, and again, I think that epitomises the GPO for me and what Matt's trying to do with the GPO and the other promoters that are involved. You know, it's we've all got this passion for this weird sport that is bodybuilding, and it's giving athletes a good stage to be on, where it's about the athletes. You know, I know that's core and fundamental to the GPO philosophy. It is a federation for athletes, and you could say that about all of them, but certain things that they're trying to do is really about making sure this athlete experience works and everybody's included, and get a chance.
Keep athletes coming back to it as well, though. I know a lot of people that have competed not had that great experience.
Yes.
And then it's almost put them off wanting to have any involvement in the industry or the sport, whatever you want to call it, or even keeping themselves fitting in the gym.
I've seen it myself, man. You know, I've got good friends of mine that were really good bodybuilders, you know, really good class, and they've come away not having a great experience. Not so much getting the result, you know, because if you're out of condition, you're not.
That's what I'm trying to say as well. When they're backstage and like some experiences I've seen firsthand in the past, being backstage, it can be quite intimidating, especially if it's your first time or not. So, like you're saying, to be part of a federation that's about the athletes, about their experience, about the day. It's really great to see.
I can say, well, obviously we're downstairs backstage, and no one can see what's behind this camera, but we've got a really big area here. We've got. Obviously, can't do this at every show because not everywhere's got the same amount of spaces. But we've got the guys here, we've got the coaches here. You know, the girlfriends, if it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it might be, and it's a really fun environment to be in. It's not as noisy as some of the places I have to do these interviews.
Yeah, I bet.
But it's when you're doing a lot of traveling, you've travelled from Bristol for this, haven't you, today?
Yeah.
You know, and we're not too dissimilar in the amount of time we've been on the road. It makes it a lot easier, a lot more fun.
It's also when you're backstage of this as well, you realise that although it's an individual competition as such, you're the only person going on stage. it's not just the individual that's involved. There's, like say, coaches, friends, family. Go out into the crowd and you'll be able to see all the families that are there to see the person on the day. And that's all part of the person's experience as well, making sure the family have got, you know, the seating out there is brilliant. That's the first time I've seen it.
It's like a table, isn't it?
Everyone's got their own tables, there's drinks and whatnot, everyone's getting food, and it's like I say, the atmosphere that's creating is very, very welcoming, especially when you go out on stage. It could be a daunting experience, but if you're going out there and to that reaction and to that audience, it's a great feeling.
There is a really good vibe up there, a lot of energy. I think it's a bit like going to, you know, like a boxing event, like a white collar boxing event. Just nobody's getting punched in the face, which is clearly a bonus.
That'll be interesting.
Let's hope for that.
Not with tan and
no, God no. And it just makes it a really interesting place to be. What's for you next, mate? What have you got on?
So rest of the year now, it's sort of pushing the off season a bit more. I did an early competition this year up to about April time. Coming away from that bit of downtime with the wife going away, we've got things planned now rest of the year. So yeah, just really focus on trying to improve the physique and improve the look. Not focusing so much on just weight. I've played that game before. I can get as heavy as I want if I needed to, but I know the look is what's important. And then sort of start beginning of next year again.
Okay, so through your own lens then, what are the things that you really want to work on? What do you think you can bring for that next time you're on that stage? That
there is an overall development. Like I'm never looking at anything thinking, right, that's enough. Back, arms, chest, but particularly being taller, still my legs.
Yeah,
filling out the legs. Exactly that. You speak to anyone, being a taller guy, not that it's an excuse, but it takes a little bit longer to fill the frame.
Yeah,
and that just takes years of eating, sleeping. Yeah,
doing the work.
You have to love doing it for that reason. Like, if you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to enjoy competing, in my opinion.
It's a very good point. I say we were talking before about, again, big guys. I've got a lot of Class 1 friends, or friends that have been Class 1 athletes, at Big Stu, Dan, etc. And I suppose for smaller guys, right, he's a little bit easier in some respects, but we don't get to look like huge monsters like you. But I've seen firsthand the toil. We all get in the gym, we all train at.
Yeah,
right? I think if to be to the standard that we want to be at, we've got to do that work. It's fundamental.
Yeah, exactly.
But there is a bit more that when you the size and shape you are, that you have to sort of give to be able to be at that top level.
I've looked up to a lot of guys over the years, like say Stu Carrington, Dave Titterton,
Dave
Paul, my coach Josh Maley, Big Jamie Johow. These are all guys that are well over 6 foot and have still developed a hell of a physique. So it might take a little bit longer, but as long as you're willing to put the work ethic in and stay to the course, then it can be done.
Mate, clearly you stand testament to that there right now.
I'm still trying. We're slowly getting there.
Oh, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll catch up again.
Definitely.
Cheers. Cheers.